Hey everyone, Prayatna here. We are the only retention partner that is built to scale brands with strong why and brands that are actually building with intention. And I want to talk about Givebacks program over here. If you know me, over the past few years, I have found myself becoming obsessed with one particular type of business, not just brand that sell great product, but brands that exist to make something better. So the companies that restores forests, support local communities, donate meals to pets, to a cause or initiative, or simply fund education for people, and actually remove plastics from our ocean and do better for the earth, or simply prove that business can be force of good. These are the brands I love studying, and I've spent almost a lot of hours studying these mission-driven brands, reading their stories, auditing their marketing, and looking at how they communicate about the impact that they are putting out there in the world, not just to like attract customers, but to actually make impact, be seen, and do something good for the community as well. And I believe marketing should do this as well. And it shouldn't just convince people to buy, it should help the right customers understand the impact they are choosing to become part of by choosing a certain brand over another brand. And one thing keeps surprising me, some of the brands doing the most meaningful work behind the scenes barely tell it to their customers about what they are doing, about the causes and initiatives they have given back to after their first purchase. And I feel like that is such a missed opportunity, because if your mission is one of the reasons somebody actually chose your brand, it shouldn't actually disappear after your checkout. And that's exactly what I want to be talking about over here as well. So you might be a brand that is actually running give back program. Maybe you have a named cause, a tree planted on every order, maybe a recycling initiative, or maybe a percentage of your sale goes back somewhere real. And I would bet almost none of your customer knows it actually exists beside actually being mentioned in the about us page, not because you hadn't thought about this, but because it actually gets buried. And that is what I want to talk about today. What a give back program could actually look like inside a retention email flow, and why most brands are actually getting this wrong. And before that, you have to look at this stat over here. When I see this, you have to see that automated emails actually make up just 2% of email volume, but drive almost 37% of the e-commerce email revenue. And this is from the Omniscient latest 2026 data. And welcome email hits an average open rate of 83.6%, the highest of any email type. And you have your customers' complete attention. The lead is really warm, and they are at their most receptive moment. And most brands actually use it to say, here's your discount code, here's your coupon, and that's just it. For a brand built around real impact, and that's actually compounding, is actually a missed opportunity, and brand actually need to understand this. So while auditing the emails of different intention-led brands that have give back programs actually built into their system, this is the problem that I actually see. Email 1 of the welcome sequence actually mentions the mission, usually in the last paragraph just after the product feature. Email 2 and 3, after mentioning the bestsellers and the social proof, actually mention the discount. And on the post purchase, what happens is there's a receipt, there is a review request, and on the reactivation, there's just a discount code and a we miss your subject line. So the give back programs actually appears just once, and that is actually the problem. It vanishes after that. And what brands need to understand is it can look a whole lot of different, as you can see over here as well. So here's the fix. So let me walk you through what a give back email flow actually looks like when it is actually built properly. As you can see over here, this is the welcome one. It should actually lead with the why and not with the what. Your customer just joined. They don't need to be sold again. They already have bought. And what they need to understand is what they are now a part of. Open with the founder's problem, the cause, how their purchase connects to a real outcome. Keep the product secondary in the email. And welcome email to make the impact more specific. This is the most important one that most of the brands keep. Not we give back to women in need, but your order just contributed to maybe go generosity. Here's what it looks like. Or a tree was planted in your name through ecology. Here's where it is. Specific actually beats vague every single time. Always be specific, because it actually beats vague every single time. And specific is verifiable as well, and it's actually shareable. Specific is what customers forward to their friend, and vague is what they scroll past. As you can see, when we move to the email 3 over here, you have to show the program working. You need to show a real update, a photo from the couch, a number from the last month on how many maybe items were recycled, how much amount you donated, and how many trees were planted. It's not like polished marketing copy, it's just an actual update, because it is actually want. And the post-purchase flow actually closes the loop every single time. So this one's actually simple. Almost nobody does it. Every post-purchase email confirmation regarding like thank you, whatever, should have one line that connects the specific order to a specific outcome. So that one line, it doesn't need to be the whole email, but it has to be there, because that's the moment a customer is most primed to remember why they choose you in the first place as well. And after that, on the reactivation side, you have to update impact before showcasing the discount as well. Before you send a win back code, send an impact update. Here's what happened since your last order. Total trees planted, percentage that we have donated to that specific cause or charity, and items that you have even kept out of the landfill. So make them feel like they are actually a part of that moment, and it actually makes them feel good, because humans, they feel good when they do good for others, and that's in their nature. And then if you still need to ask them to actually come back. So as we move forward, we have to understand why this actually matters and how this can actually compound over time as well. Here's the data point that should reframe how you think about this. 38% of shoppers now say that they are loyal to 5 or even fewer brands, and that is down from 22% in the last 2 years. That's from Attentive 2025 Consumer Trends report as well. And loyalty is getting more concentrated as of now, and repeat customers make up 41% of companies' total revenue as well. And as you can read over here, loyalty is actually fragile nowadays, and a give back program in every email becomes the reason they keep choosing you over cheaper alternatives. Your customer paid more on purpose. You have to make it worth their time every single time. And as you move forward, what are the best practices that brand are doing is you have to be specific and you have to name the cause and initiative. So many brands I see are a part of co-generosity, I equals to impact, and ecology. It's all verifiable, it's not fake. And you can actually have monthly impact emails updates, not just like showcase them the promotion, and always close the loop. Every order confirmation connected with the outcome, connected with the cause that they are actually buying for. And as we move forward, what you can do is, here's a simple audit that you can like actually follow right now as well. Before you do anything else to this, pull up the last 10 emails a customer who bought 3 months ago received from you to this. Count how many times your give back program actually appears in those emails, not in the footer link, not in a brand color scheme, but actual content. And if the answer is 0 or 1, you know exactly where to start. And this fix isn't actually complicated at all, because you know exactly where to start as well. And it's turning the reactivation email into impact update before a discount offer that I actually mentioned. It's adding one line on the post-purchase flow. It's making email 2 of your welcome series specific instead of fake. None of that actually requires a lot of time from your end. It just requires true intention. And I think this is one of the most fixable gap in your email strategy. And if your brand has a real give back program that isn't showing in on your retention flows, that's exactly what we are actually doing over here as well. And this was one of my favorite topics to research, because I genuinely believe that businesses that will win over in the next decade won't just have better products. They will be building ecosystem of products, and they will have better reasons for even existing. And marketing jobs isn't to invent those reasons, it's actually to make sure customers, they never forget about them. And if you have built a give back program because you meant it, your emails flow should actually reflect that, not just in 1 week, but at every touch point your customer sees. And I'll link in the full breakdown in the description if you want to go deeper on the flow structure as well. And if this was helpful, please subscribe. I make videos every week on retention marketing, email strategy, and growth system for brands that are actually building with intention. And thanks for watching. See you in another one. Goodbye for now.